Hello everybody, Jet here, and welcome back to our Kraka Drak playthrough, where things are going well. We are pushing the Norskins back, and yeah, and slowly buying up territory, because I have added the faction trading mod on for the time being, simply because it was easier than going to war with Erengrad at the time being. I'm not just doing it because it's easier, but you know, it kind of made sense that I'd buy territory off for good factions. I'm still potentially plotting a short war with Erengrad, but we'll get there when we get there. And yeah, you can just hang around here because you are buffing up the income from here while you're here. In fact, let's just check where I get the most income from. Yeah, so it is here. Though I am beginning to have public order issues in a lot of places, which is something I do need to be aware of. Oh. I mean, let's push straight up to that. Gives us extra income, gives us slayers, makes slayers cheaper. I mean, basically here I could have an army of slayers just sitting around, which would cost me pretty much nothing with the debuffs that gives me, I think. I mean, it would still cost me something, but it would barely be worth worrying about.
Keep me busy!
Oh, this is going to be funny. I think the odds are wrong, guys. I'll rephrase that. I know the odds are wrong. By the way, I've updated my setup slightly. I've swapped the pop filter on my microphone, so please let me know what you think of the new one, if you can tell the difference at all. Ideally, you can't, or it sounds better. Basically, rather than being a massive round thing in front, it's just a little foam cover now. So, yeah, let me know if you can even tell the difference. But yeah, basically we're going to pull them in and we're going to wrap around them. Here's the plan. Because they are smaller than me, they are going to pop those guys out to the flanks. That's fine. My rage should be able to shred them. I'm not going to let them mess me around. Unusually, for dwarves, charge! Clear the flanks, these longbeards can get around. That all of my ranged on that unit to start with. Oops, not you. You guys can reposition along behind them, ready to shoot. All my ranged into them, now they're broken. Charge!
Let the vengeance begin! Charge! Quarrelers!
Leave them until they're utterly broken at this point. These guys are holding well, if I'm honest, for Norskins, but just going to position them so they can drop in wherever. These guys are going to get behind. This poor little unit is basically utterly surrounded. Nice. Yeah, this isn't going to last long now. I mean, how the odds said it was going to be equal. Never going to happen. I mean, they are Marauder champions, so don't get me wrong. They're tough. They're armoured. They can hold a, they can hold a line, but there simply weren't enough of them against my Longbeards who buff each other and my ranged. A fairly simple, steady battle. Decent amount of kills all around. Yeah, they got their fast movers behind me, but then again, Quarrelers can deal with fast movers because they can actually fight relatively well in melee, so there was literally no threat there. Which always makes things fun.
Your doom is assured.
So we'll finish them up next turn. Throggy there is a little bit of a worry, but Cromson there, I mean, it's Cromson here. He's going to deal with them easily enough. At this point, Norske is dead, and it must know it's dead. It's a bit annoying that it's not given in yet. I need to stabilise. That's my big issue at the moment. It's actually, I've expanded so quickly, I'm having some stability issues. That does worry me. Grudge removed. There we go. Oh, that's what's causing us our public order issues, isn't it? Ooh, this is going to be a trickier one. I have to fight it, though. I can't let Throggy just traverse my lands unopposed. The skin wolves are probably the biggest worry here because they are a little bit can-opener-y for dwarves. They've got a lot of large units here, which actually my Quarrelers will probably take down fairly short succession. We're going to do the opposite of last time. I'm not going to be being too ultra aggressive. They don't have much in the way of range, so we are going to be noob boxing a little bit, guys.
Kill the oath splitters! Let the vengeance begin! Vengeance! Killers! It is a reckoning!
Oh, for God's sake, actually go in the order I put you, please.
Longbeards!
So yes, I am literally doing the classic noob box.
Ready to serve!
And to anybody who says that there's something wrong with doing this sort of formation, if it wins, it wins. And this is an actual, I say it's the classic noob box. In real life, these sort of formations did exist and were done because they worked.
Strike out! Gods, hook those dwarfen legs! Anad!
Because basically I'm protecting my ranged. Who are quite literally going to do their job. And kill everything. And starting off with Throg, who is going to go down in seconds. The skin wolves I'm more worried about than anything else. So they are technically anti-large, so while they're fast movers, they're not the worst things in the world for us, but they're still fairly chunky.
Yes, Lord! It is an order! Obey me! Now! Attack! Range far, range fast! Go! Drain them!
Second he's down, we're moving on to that mammoth. Feather the mammoth. We are being hit from multiple sides here. Oh, that's going to be a painful one, but we can hold. We can hold. Kill the giant. Mammoth down. And you see, we're holding the line, and that's where the noob box works. So much damage into these giants. Oh. Oh, that frost breath. Onto this one. Feather him. How quickly is he going to go down? Did he just rip that dwarf's head off? Onto this one. He's kind of just stood there now. Okay, my north needs support. Ranged into that flank. Support that flank a bit, please. And literally, the speed we're clearing this flank out with is just beautiful. And these are basically the best of the best quarrelers in all of dwarfdom, who are literally veterans at killing frog. The amount of times they've killed frog at this point in time is probably quite impressive. Do it, fall back. Don't go too nuts. Start killing their ranged. While we reform. Onto them. This is already over now, guys. We've won this. It's just a matter of time. There we go. They are cracking and breaking. Right. Hit those Marauder champions a bit as they run, just to try and do some damage. And this is why we're squared, because if we're squared with my ranged, they just turn that bit faster. And that, guys, is how a noob box works. I was never going to lose. I could have formed a straight line, but their fast movers would have been able to get around behind me much better. And certainly with the way the AI works, it made it much harder for them to do things. I mean, realistically, what they should have done is probably tried to use their large units to pierce through and get in amongst my ranged, because then my entire box, basically if they'd broken that box, I would have crumbled. Now, against dwarves, it's always harder to do that. I would have certainly ripped... Frog was never going to survive there. I would have certainly killed quite a few of their large units, but if they'd got their large units in amongst my range, they'd have closed down my ranged, and then they could have pressured a single flank at a time. So they could have put all their power against one point, which would have meant I'd have had to collapse that. Nice. I still have the annoying greenskins grudge, which there's not much I can do about.
It is time.
There we go.
Beards and belts? Yes. My axe thirsts for war. Send me a champion. Give him a rank. A mighty
nice.
Your doom is assured.
Varg camp needs a garrison. And back here it needs lots of reclamation and stuff going onto it to keep it happy, because I'm going to start getting nasty stuff soon back here. In fact, no, I'm not doing the garrison there. I need to build up here, back here first. could go for that to reduce the impact of the corruption, which their corruption's not. No, it is a fairly big impact. You need to start double timing back towards Silent Encampment, to be fair. I'm gonna recap Ice Drake. Yeah.
This had better be good.
I just need some public order buildings. I mean, his defense is already good, but I always like... Defense is always good, because high defense means you stay alive longer. So it's one of my favourite things, and it is, meta-wise, I believe, one of the best things to go for your heroes. Because it makes them harder to hit, which means they can stay alive longer, which means they do more damage. There's no point having really high attack power if you have no defense, because if you've got no defense, while you'll be hitting them all the time, every single one of their hits will hit you for full strength, hit you, and do damage to you. So, yeah. Not necessarily helpful, if you see what I mean. Kromson is going to go to sea after this and just start ripping apart the coastal settlements of Norska. I don't want the end of Norska. I'm happy for Bretonia or the Empire to take it, because then they become a shield for my settlements here. And then it'll be the true war. The war for who's the true High King. Me, of course.
Ready. The throng agrees. Let us settle this. Fight!
Nice.
I travel the world seeking jewel. Ready to do the guild's bidding. Master engineer at your service.
Public order. Yeah, I'm aware we're about to get a rebellion in multiple places, probably. You can get some corruption cleansingness.
For the wisdom of Valea.
Nearly fully leveled on Kromson. Oh no, there's a Chaos Rebellion. What am I going to do? With my really good army sitting just there. Again, I know I need to build up what I can get, guys, and I need to build up my economy, but this push is kind of... This sounds daft on occasion when you end up being too powerful. It gets tricky because you expand too fast and you can't really do much to slow it. I'm complaining because I'm expanding too fast. Oh, God!
Off we go to fill chapters with terrors of untold lands.
I thought that was going to be the Chaos Invasion then.
Let us begin.
I want a Warlord.
Armed and ready.
Because they're just awesome. There we go.
Armed and ready. Aye. Time for a reckoning. Move. To war. Onward.
Nice. More corruption cleansing to this guy, actually. Why is growth so ridiculously low at the moment?
Aye, lad, what can I do?
Oh, for God's sake, I was clearing that out for a specific building, wasn't I? But I can do the growth here instead. There is a special building here too. Public order, but push out the growth here.
To be done. God then.
There we go. Things are going slightly better in this campaign than my other campaign. I'm thinking of doing another Northern campaign, guys. I think I'm going to do the Trolls for the Troll King campaign. I've been meaning to do it for over a year now, actually. And it's basically... a lot of it is integrated into the Trolls faction in OVN. So I may do it through that. But at the same time, you can also just do it through this. There is a separate mod for Trolls King in vanilla where basically, well, literally what it says, it's Elon's mod, and it gives you loads of extra troll units for Froggy, which makes him, and he only has troll units, which makes him a very interesting faction to play. It's not that I don't trust the Beastmen, but it's completely that I don't trust the Beastmen. That should give us a nice buff to our income.
Citra, I am Citra. You never.
One day. I make, yeah, slightly more from trade. We are more tradey dwarves because of our position, to be fair. So I'm actually quite happy with that. Though for dwarves, as I said, the Order Tide has definitely won here, interestingly. They do not have a military alliance with the dwarves. Interesting. Sorry, I'm plotting my future ventures for when we declare ourselves the High King of the North and then the High King of the Dwarves. We've been the ones sitting here in the North fighting against the horrors of chaos. And once chaos is dealt with, I think it's time for us to claim our true birthright as the High King. You know, Kraka Drak, you know, is in the true northern mountains, not these World's Edge mountains. You know, it's the true home of the modern dwarfdom. With our holds throughout the mountains up here now. Neither really makes much difference at this point.
Iron-willed. On my way. Let us begin.
Grabbing that, because that'll help reduce the impact of the corruption. One day I'm going to be able to level here up. One day. One day.
By Grugny, this had better be good.
There we go. So actually having a bit of time to chill and build up now. I'm going to smash those beast men away if they don't. I do need to get my armies north again, because while here's a little more secure now, it's still, you know, there's still definitely ways they can attack me up here. Which, if I'm honest, I don't want to do. I'm going to look who holds, because actually, if the north up here is held by allied factions, there's no point in me not capturing this territory, so I can always capture this and abandon it. I'm talking myself into taking more territory. The Isle of Albion. I tell you what's going to be fun. Finding some greenskins to fulfill my grudge. You really didn't want to sit there, messing around with me.
Heading out. Someday. I'm going. If you say so, beetling.
You can start heading that way at full speed.
For the wisdom of the layer, by the grudge bearer's will.
Let's head to Pack Ice Bay. Yeah, he'll be okay. We're getting there, guys. Slowly, but we are getting there.
Hi, lad, what can I do? On the way.
The North rebuilt. Oh, +3 public order. Empower guilds gives extra growth. Yes, please. Bit more weapon strength. I was tempted to throw the public order thing out for him, but for when we're advancing, but it's only useful if you're staying in the territory, so yeah. Yeah, it's so fun jumping into this campaign from my Rotblood campaign, where things are going well in this campaign. My Rotblood campaign is just all over the goddamn place. Interesting. I feel sorry for Prague. They were once mighty. Unfortunately, they're allied up with all the people I want to take territory off. I may buy some territory and give it back to them long run, to be fair, because I like them. They were my allies early game when nobody else was.
Grudges will be settled. Drang them. Drang.
The Tsarina empowers me to offer you.
Master engineer at your service.
Boost income can get boosted.
Let us move.
And that, guys, is where we're going to leave it for today. So we've not really gained much in the way of territory. We've just consolidated and built up a bit with some good fights. There's still a little bit to do. Norska's not done, but they're on their knees now. We're going to take here, we're going to come around, potentially push up and take here, then we're going to be basically going to clear the coast, and we'll see what's going on up here before we decide if I'm holding on to these places. Obviously, I need to have a look at Albion as well. But yeah, that's all for next time. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I do hope you have been enjoying this. as always, if you are enjoying it, please do like and subscribe. And an extra special thank you to my Patreons, who should be on screen now. And by patrons and channel members, all 2 of them. So we've got Monsters Abound, who I can name. We do have some unnamed people as well, who I don't have permission to name yet. If you are one of those and you'd like me to be naming you at the end of my videos, let me know, guys. But yeah, link down below to my Patreon if that's something which does interest you, or you can hit join here on YouTube. Does the same thing, but for YouTube, gives you access to a shiny platypus emote, and I'm gonna be getting some more done soon, so suggestions for them is good as well. Platypus Legionary emote, that is. Other than that, guys, as always, massive thank you to everybody who's watched, guys, because the reason my channel is doing so well at the moment, it's been doing really well over the last sort of 6 weeks, is you guys tuning in, watching my stuff, sharing it about the place, commenting, liking, all that jazz. So thank you so much, guys, and cheers all.